Good morning. This is the video of network analysis, and this video we are going to learn about time response analysis. We are going to study in detail time response expression for current IT when source is suddenly removed. The first case is series RL circuit. Under this heading, we are going to study three different cases. Series RL circuit in the first case, then we'll go to series RC circuit in second case, and in third case we will study series RLC circuit. First of all, the basic is your series RL circuit. Consider this network circuit. This is series RL circuit. The voltage V is given to you, and this is position number A, switch position A, and this is switch position B. We will move switch A's from position A to B as shown by this curve. Now the switch AC is moved from position A to B at time t is equal to 0. The switching time, the changing of the switch has been given time t is equal to 0. Now let us see behavior of IT. Behavior of IT for t greater than 0, that is t is equal to 0 plus. After t is equal to 0, that is t is equal to 0 plus. When switch is at B, if it is at B, it means what? This whole system is 1. When AC is connected to B, the circuit AV becomes redundant. It will be out of this circuit. No meaning for this circuit. So, write KVL equation or general equation when the switch S is at B. This will be Ri, read this I is IT, Ri plus L di by dt is equal to 0. This is your resistance value, this is your inductor value, or for series RL circuit, the KVL equation is written like this. Ri plus L di by dt is equal to 0. Call it equation number 1. We can rearrange or rewrite equation number 1 as di by dt plus R by L into I is equal to 0. What we have to do? Just we have to do divide both sides by L. You will get this. Di by dt plus R by L into I is equal to 0. Now, this is homogeneous first order differential equation. This is homogeneous first order differential equation. This comes under the category of calculus under the title of homogeneous first order differential equation. Differential equation of first order homogeneous type. To solve this type of homogeneous first order differential equation, we use variable separable method, that is separation of variable method. I have written the process here. Only for the first case I have given the detailed analysis, mathematical analysis behind this equation. From the case number 2 and 3 onwards, I am not going to explain the mathematics behind these equations. See this, the variable has been separated, that is di by I one side is equal to R by L dt one side. Integrate this equation. This will become natural logarithm. Ln is your natural logarithm. Ln I is equal to minus R by L T plus K. Here I have given you ln is equal to natural algorithm, base is E, which is equal to E is equal to 2.718. Now see, this K is very important as far as your general solution and particular solution of this equation of this analysis is concerned. This is K, which is some constant, can also be written as K is equal to log of K, natural log of K. Of course, this is a constant. This could be log of some different constant K. So we are going to replace this K is equal to log of some different constant K here. So equation will be like this. ln I is equal to ln I is equal to ln e raised to power minus R by L into T plus ln K. This is the value of K in terms of logarithm. So this is your log, natural logarithm indeed. So ln I is equal to ln K into e raised to power minus R by L into T. We have used the logarithm formula for plus. Now taking anti-logarithm both sides, this will be I is equal to K into e raised to power minus R by L into T. This is our general solution. This is your general solution where we do not know the value of K. That is why it is the general solution. K is arbitrary constant K. It could assume any value constant K. We need to find value of arbitrary constant K by initial conditions. By initial condition for current I in order to find particular solution of equation number 3. Just to get the particular solution of these general solutions, we need to find the value of K by using initial conditions. This is as simple as that. We are going to have this initial condition to find out value of K, in this solution, in this general solution. Just see. Now, determination of initial conditions I0, that is for t lesser than 0 or t is equal to 0 minus. Source connected RL series circuit. See this. Source connected RL series circuit. At t is equal to 0 it was connected to B. At t is equal to 0 it was connected to B. At t is equal to 0 it was connected to S was connected to B. But before that it was connected to SA. At what time? It was time t tends to 0 minus. Okay. So at this position we are analyzing. See this. This switch S is connected to position number A. This is your R, this is your L as connected, and this part becomes redundant. This has got no meaning at this point of time. You can actually delete it or ignore this. The circuit will be like this. At steady state t is equal to 0 minus. This is. And at this point of time what current is flowing? Current is flowing I0 minus. And at this position inductor has become short circuit. Why short circuit? Because steady state has been reached before switching. Before the time t is equal to 0, steady state of this series RL circuit has been achieved. So L must act like short circuit. L must act like short circuit. That is short circuit at t lesser than 0 or t approaches to 0 minus. So see this diagram. I have drawn this diagram as taking all the considerations of this fact and parameters. R is your in the circuit and L is your short circuit. L has become short circuit at t is equal to 0 minus. So I0 minus will be equal to V by R. This current is through inductor and cannot change abruptly or instantaneously. This is the condition of inductor, that it cannot change abruptly the nature of current or the value of current flowing across it. This I0 minus is equal to V by R is the current flowing through inductor at t is equal to 0 minus, and it cannot change instantaneously. It cannot change at t is equal to 0 duration time. So it has to be I0 minus must be equal to I0 plus, which is equal to V by R. Therefore, I0 will be equal to V by R. So bring the previous equation number 3. Equation number 3 is equal to I0 is equal to K into e raised to power minus R by L into T. Put T is equal to 0. Put T is equal to 0 and I0 is equal to V by R. So it is V by R, I0 is equal to V by R is equal to K into e raised to power minus R by L, T is equal to 0. So V by R is equal to K into e raised to power 0. Something raised to power 0 is 1. So it is K is equal to V by R. K is equal to V by R. Now, from equation number 3, the expression for current for time period t greater than or equal to 0, that is when t is 0 plus, that is it is equal to V by R into e raised to power minus R by L into T. See this is our exponential decay. Why decay? This is the minus sign. Why exponential? Because this E has given you exponential nature of the curve, and decay from where we have decided it is decay. See this, the power of this exponential term is negative. So if you going to plot the diagram of this equation, it is equal to V by R into e raised to power minus R by LT, this is like this. So it will be exponential nature and it will be decaying nature. See this is your IT, this y-axis is your IT, this x-axis is your t, and this is the maximum value. Maximum value at t is equal to 0. Maximum value of IT at t is equal to 0. At t is equal to 0, this is the maximum value of current IT V by R. From this maximum value, it is going to decay. See this, it is going to decay. It is going to decay, or it will meet this x-axis at infinity. This is your time response curve. Now from the curve, let us analyze it more. IT maximum value at t is equal to 0 is your V by R. So let us understand time constant also. Every electrical circuit is having time constant whenever there is L, C, R, or the combination of this L, C, R. The equation number 4 in general form can be written as, what was the equation number 4? Just see this. This is your equation number 4. This is your equation number 4. IT is equal to V by R e raised to power minus R by L into T. This is in one bracket. Okay. So we are going to write in the form of IT is equal to I naught e raised to power minus T by capital T. That is equation number 5. I naught is your V by R. I naught is your V by R, which is IT maximum value at t is equal to 0. Okay. So capital T is your L by R, time constant in second. Now just put small t is equal to capital T in equation 5. We'll have So this is your time constant in second. In series RL circuit, we have time constant T is equal to L by R in second. When we put small t is equal to capital T in equation number 5, we'll have IT is equal to I naught e raised to power minus T by T. So it will be finally like I of T is equal to 0.37 I naught. That means, call it equation number 6. That means equation 6 defines time constant. Equation 6 defines time constant, which is, it is that time constant is that time when current becomes 37%. When current becomes 37% of its maximum value. Current becomes 37% of its maximum value when the source is removed in series RL circuit. When the source is removed in series RL circuit. Let us see the effect of time constant on time response curve. This is your time response curve. In the x-axis we have taken time and y-axis we have taken I of t. Like here. This is a 0. Consider V and R, voltage and resistance constant, and we have taken two time constant T2 greater than T1. So this is T2 which have large L, and this is your T1 which have small l. This is your effect of time constant on time response curve. One more thing we just have to understand here. The equation number just IT is equal to V by R e raised to power minus RL by T. This IT is equal to V by R into e raised to power minus RL by T. This is just like this. So this is going to tell you one vital information, that when the source is removed at t is equal to 0, but current is not becoming 0 at the same instant, same time, but it is decaying or decreasing or decaying exponentially. The reason behind this is that the storing element inductor, this is, here we have storing element inductor here. Okay. The storing element inductor, which opposes a sudden change of current, it always opposes a sudden change of current. Actually, inductor stores energy in the form of half Li square, half Li square, 1 by 2 Li square. Before removing the source, that is, when the time was lesser than 0, So when we remove the source, inductor acts like the current source and supplies current to the circuit in the same direction as before. As the stored energy in the inductor is limited, it is not infinite, it is not available for all the time, so it cannot flow the current for infinite time, and current must decay exponentially with time. Here the stored energy is in inductor is half Li square. This is half Li square, this is the stored energy. This is your stored energy. And the rate of dissipation through the resistor is I square R. Through the resistor. Through the resistor it gets dissipated. and appears in the form of heat, that is I square R multiplied by T. This is your energy in joules. If there is no resistance, then inductor can flow the current for infinite time in the circuit. Consider, if there is no inductor, if there is no resistor, as resistor would always be there. If there is no resistor, then inductor will make the current flow for infinite time of period time. But this is not practically valid. Inductor always contains inbuilt resistance within it. Okay. Let us move towards case number 2, that is series RC circuit. We have taken RC in series and two circuit condition. When it is connected to A, it is connected to source. When it is connected to B, it is suddenly removed from the source V. Okay. As long as this capacitor is connected to point A, this capacitor will get charged up to the level of this voltage V. This is the condition, this is the feature of property of capacitor. As long as this capacitor is connected to point number A, switch is connected to point number A, this whole supply voltage and this whole voltage supply will charge this capacitor up to its level V. So let us assume AC is moved from position A to B at time t is equal to 0. At this position, source is removed from the circuit. Of course, when this switch AC is moved from A to B, the source is out of the circuit. Now it is only R and C. Let us consider steady state has been reached before the switching. That is, at t is equal to 0, the steady state of the circuit has been achieved. At t is equal to 0, switching was done. So before that, t is equal to 0 minus steady state has been achieved. At t is equal to 0 minus steady state has been achieved. Now, writing general equation for the final position of switch at B. When B is achieved after t is equal to 0. At t is equal to 0, switching is done. But at t is equal to 0 plus, we have to write equation, general equation of the circuit. So it is RIT for the resistor plus 1 by C integral minus infinity to t. Please mark the time period. 1 by C integral minus infinity to t IT dt is equal to 0. That is, this whole term is your voltage across the capacitor. Call it equation number 1. So it will be like, when the circuit is at t lesser than 0, that is t is equal to 0 minus, the capacitor is charged up to the given voltage level. I have explained this earlier also. Voltage level, source, with the polarity shown in the diagram. I have drawn the polarity in the circuit diagram. So 1 by C integral minus infinity to 0. See this, for the integral limit we have divided two time period, that is from minus infinity to 0 and from 0 to t. So for this time period we know that 1 by C integral minus infinity to 0 IT dt is equal to V. Why? Because at this time period the capacitor was connected to switch position number A, and this position number is your connection from the voltage source. This voltage source has been charging this capacitor up to its own level. So for this time period, this capacitor has been charged up to this voltage V. We are now considering what happens after t is equal to 0. That is, at t is equal to 0, switch S is moved from position A to B. So it is moved from position A to B. Suddenly the source has been thrown out of the picture. Source is suddenly removed. Therefore, we are now considering for what happens for 0 to t time period. From previous equations we can write this is, from this we can write this, see this, and this time period is here, you can see this. So RIT plus V plus 1 by C integral 0 to t IT dt is equal to 0. Call it equation number 2. Now differentiate and divide this equation by R. Differentiate and divide by R. So it will be like di by dt plus 1 by RC I is equal to 0. So this is homogeneous first order differential equations. We have seen the solution, how to get the solution of homogeneous first order differential equations in the previous case study. So it will be like IT is equal to k into e raised to power minus t by RC. Solution of first order homogeneous equation. We have learned this. Call it equation number 3. This is general solutions in terms of arbitrary constant k. This constant k is your arbitrary. This is your arbitrary constant k. We do not know what is the exact value of constant k. To find the particular solution of this equation number 3, we need to find or calculate the value of k. We need to find or calculate the value of k from initial conditions method. At t is equal to 0 plus, circuit is, what is 0 plus time? It is when the switch is connected to position number B and the source is suddenly thrown out of the picture. So it is R and C, which is behaving as a voltage source. Initially it was charged up to the voltage source given. So it is V. And this is drawing circuit current like this, I0 plus. So VC0 minus is equal to VC0 plus is equal to voltage of the supply, the source. Here I0 plus is equal to minus V by R, which is direction is opposite to the IT. Now put t is equal to 0 and I0 is equal to V by minus V by R. In equation number 3 we get the value of constant k. So constant k is equal to minus V by R. Now the particular solution ID is equal to minus V by R. This is a particular solution, minus V by R into e raised to power minus t by RC. Call it equation number 4. Now if we are going to plot the diagram of this equation number 4, this is your x-axis taken t, this is your y-axis taken IT. This is the maximum value of current at time t is equal to 0, that is V by R. So IT is decaying exponentially with respect to time. IT is decaying exponentially. It is decaying exponentially with respect to time. Now time constant, equation number 4 can be written as, bring the equation from previous slide, that is IT is equal to I naught into e raised to power minus t by t. Equation number 5, where I naught is equal to minus V by R and t is equal to RC. So time constant of series RC circuit in second. Now do the same effect of time constant on time response curve. That is your, plot this t, plot this IT. This is the maximum value of current. This is the maximum value of current at position at time is equal to 0, that is V by R. V and R are constant and T2 is greater than T1. That is, the first graph shows you T2, that is larger capacitor, and the second one is T1 for the smaller capacitor. If you are going to increase time constant, it will be away from the x-axis, just like this. After removing the source at t is equal to 0, current is still flowing in the circuit, which is actually exponentially decaying with time. We have seen this, and it is behaving like a voltage source at t is equal to 0 plus.